I got to go before the grand jury, and if you think me and my son going to jail about that money we brought you from China, you crazy. Boy, he didn't know who he was talking to. He never made it back. You know why they couldn't deny this? Because the white folks that did the autopsy brought them to me. This is a game they play. And so when you stop and think about what they do, Kennedy, stand up with me. Take that mic. Y'all can't see in the back. That's Lee Harvey Oswald. For you young folks, this is the gun they said he used to kill Officer Tibbet, and this is the rifle they say he used to shoot Kennedy. Now, I want y'all to look, especially in the front, because the back they can't see. You see the full body? Can you see it? Yes. You see the shadow from the full body? Which way is it going? Front or back? Back. Back, right? You see the nose shadow? Which way is it going? Front. Front. The sun can't cast a shadow from us and back. If you get a good look, you know, all sitting there, here, come on, look and look. Now you see the neck don't fit the body. This is a trick picture. Huh? They took somebody else's body and then hung his face on it. And then it goes all over the world. I know this, the New York Times don't know it, the FBI don't know it. This is a game they play. And then they said, oh, he got killed because civil rights. Is that what they told us? Huh? That's all? Kennedy was shot because this executive order he signed, Executive Order 11110. Read it to him, baby.
From the final call, volume 15, number 6, on January 17, 1996.
Now listen to this.
On June 4th, 1963.
Can y'all hear it back there? Okay. Listen to this now. Go ahead, dear.
On June 4th, 1963, a little-known attempt was made to strip the Federal Reserve Bank of its power to loan money.
On June the 4th,
its power to loan money to the government.
Hold on 1 minute. June the 4th, JFK signed this executive order. It takes 6 months before it kick in. The executive order was to do away with the Federal Reserve. Had nothing to do with no civil rights. Huh? That's what he was shot about. 100 years before that, 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed an executive order to do away with the central bank. Pow! That's what that was about. Huh? And somewhere y'all live here, especially y'all who think y'all so hip, you should know this. Huh? And then you're not angry. Somebody said, well, they're going to kill Obama. Shit, they killed Lincoln. They killed white presidents. Well, he's half white. Huh? First, you got to understand this heathen you living with. World War I and World War II wasn't white folks attacking black folks. They was attacking each other. Huh? And then if you know who black folks are, they went over there to Vietnam and couldn't get out. Huh? One black man, General Giap, wrote a book 35 years before Americans got there called People's War, People's Army. He said, give me an army that's willing to die and I will destroy any army that's willing to kill. All you got to do is quiet yourself. I told my wife one night, baby, I really don't want to be married to a woman who ain't never had a drink. Now, I didn't want her to drink. I didn't think of no virtue to drinking. But I drank me a fifth of scotch back then every day. And if she had one taste, then she'll understand why I act the way I act. So we go up to Boston, to the Ritz-Carlton, 40 years ago. They got, y'all ever been to a restaurant where they have a wine list bigger than a dictionary? So I get the wine list, and I don't like wine. Huh? I said, Rothschild, 1948. Y'all know about wine, you know what I just ordered back then. So I said, baby, in a few minutes, these white folk gonna be looking at you. Said, they looking already. Why? I said, look at this wine list and look at 1948. She said, Greg, that costs $6,700 a bottle. I said, yeah, that's why they looking at you. Then some things changed. The real waiter came up. Said, the one with the humpback in the club, you call master? And here's how clever they are. The maitre d' comes over and said, did you know if you'd have bought that 10 years ago, it cost you $20,000? That's how much stronger the French franc is over America. Now he know I know. Because in all honesty, you can go and look at some lists, and if that ain't part of your culture, you think that thing's at $600 or $67. Huh? So now he knows that everything changed. They take these old skimpy menus out the way and bring the real ones. My wife said, this stuff tastes nasty. Girl, that do not taste nasty. It's not sweet. Me and you grew up in the Negro nigga on Kool-Aid. But if you go to the bathroom right now and pee, when you come back, you will like this. So when she left, I put all the sugar on the table in it. It came back and she said, Greg, what did you do? How'd it taste? She went through that bottle of wine like it was Kool-Aid. She said, can we get another one? Now when two black folks, 40 years ago, ordered 2 bottles of wine, and without counting dinner, we almost spent $16,000. You know police cars 100 miles away started heading that way. They didn't even have to be called. Now, I want y'all to hear this. So now we leave, and she kind of get it. You remember how you felt, dear lady, when you had your first little taste? Look at it, look at that. I mean, you just get it, you know. So we driving home and got her. She said, Greg, let's make a deal. If I die for you or you die for me, we won't see nobody else. I said, you better try to make that deal while you're alive. I mean, do you understand death is over? No more. I'm planning on bringing somebody to the funeral. You crazy? Oh, she went off. You know what she said to me? How could you say that? You didn't say it. So I say it again. If you die tonight, I'm bringing somebody to the funeral. And this is what you do when you listen. She said, what about having respect for the dead? I said, if we ever learn to respect the living, the dead might not die. Isn't it? You walk down the street, you see a homeless person, huh? If you believe you're gonna buy some wine, then every Monday, boil a dozen eggs. And when you see a homeless person, give them 2 eggs. That's already cooked. You ever ate boiled eggs? Yes. Salt and pepper? Yeah, give them salt and pepper. Y'all don't stop pepper because you think you got high blood pressure. This nigga ain't got no high blood pressure. He like salt on his egg, some pepper. Don't go out there gonna feed him like you eating it. Don't cook it for your taste. And then as you walk away, you say to him, pray for me. Did you hear me? When you talking to somebody who everything done caved in, and you ask that person to pray for you, because the real God, there's no such thing as a homeless prayer. All prayers go up with the same speed. And so this is what it's about. It's opening up. My mother didn't know that King James was king of England. She didn't know he was a weird, strange homosexual. He hated women so bad he killed his mama. And his lover was Lord Buckingham, who Buckingham Palace named after. She didn't know that. Somewhere, when you start understanding stuff, this simple stuff, then they can't lie to you like they used to lying to you. If I said this tonight, when I leave here, y'all leave here, you ain't gonna see nothing in the paper tomorrow. Nothing. This headline. In daily life, blacks are found to be more religious than white folks. Let the Honorable Minister Farrakhan say that. Can you see the paper? Listen to my paper this is.
In daily life, blacks found to be more religious than whites.
What paper?
This is the Living Religion, Philadelphia.
The Philadelphia Tribune?
Yes.
One of the most powerful papers in the world. A white paper said that, and nobody will say anything. Let a black person say that, and even some of y'all go crazy. How could you say it? Blah, 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 blah. Please. This is who we are. And this is where we got to move to. Nappy hair. Sears and Roebuck didn't make your hair. A white racist system didn't make your hair. The universal God that put everything on this planet made your hair. Are you stupid enough to believe that God makes good hair and bad hair, or is that the way these white folks messed up your mind? It's a difference, You black folk got these children, and before you go to school, you comb their hair and you hear them howling and screaming. And that's God talking to you, and you don't hear it. What am I doing to make that child who just woke up scream and holler, and you don't understand you're doing something wrong? You have a melanin. Y'all know about that? And that melanin is so powerful. So powerful. If me and her are cops, we wear bulletproof vests. That don't keep us from getting shot, but it slows down the rhythm so the possibility of us dying is almost zero. Well, your melanin is so strong, the universal God knew when that sun hits your head, I got to slow it up like a bulletproof vest. That's why you had your head twisted and napping, to slow them sun's rays up from going inside of you and messing up your whole body. But y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Think about it. You got 7 holes in your head. 9, 10. 9 holes in your body. God gave you them holes. What the hell you think you gonna punch 2 holes in your ear, rings in your nose? You do what you want to do, but that God for us say, before you mess up something I made, I deal with it. Hear me? Think about that. The super rich. I ain't talking about chumps. Let me tell you what real money is. If you take $1 million and change it to 1,000,000 seconds, That's 13 days. You take $1 billion and change it to 1 billion seconds, that's 32 years. So who want to be a millionaire? The same effort it takes you to make $1 million takes the same effort to make $1 billion. Huh? And so when you stop and see what they do to slow you up, huh? And you don't know it. Next time you see Queen Elizabeth and the most powerful people on TV, see if they chewing gum. Huh? Think about that. Think about it. Nelson Rockefeller, DuPont, see if they chew gum. Why? This is the chemical plant. Harvard and Yale don't know nothing about chemistry. This is the chemical plant. And anything you put in your mouth, it sends a message to the brain to make up the acid to break this down. Gum is made out of rubber. So when the brain gets that message, it makes acid to break up rubber. It don't know you're not gonna swallow it. So that acid go down there and eat a hole in your stomach. And you wonder what's wrong with your stomach. One soda pop will make your bloodstream 10,000 times more acid than God meant for it to be. And to neutralize it, you drink one soda pop, you got to drink 15 8-ounce glasses of water to neutralize it. This is a game. A fourth of all the bones in your body is in your feet. Now, if I'd known that, I never would have worn no tight shoes. And it's not too late. Do you know if everybody, animals and everything died tonight at 10 o'clock tomorrow night, this planet would be the same way it was billions of years ago. That's the universe. The planet didn't do that from dirtying up itself, us. And once we stop, in 24 hours, this planet will be back to normal. That's who we are. That's who we are. Love, scared of everything. Fear of poverty. Fear of poverty. Fear of death. Well, what the hell? If you buy a car, you're going to get a payment. If you born, the price is death. So how the hell you think you're going to be put here and you ain't going to die? Huh? Our little grandson, we walking graveyard out there, we pass, Granddad, how come they got these fences around the graveyard? I said, because people's dying to get in here. Fear getting sick. Huh? Let me tell you the 3 causes of death. The number 1 cause of death, sleep deprivation. Huh? The number 2 cause of death, dehydration. More people die in America every year from dehydration than from earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, flood, and winter storms. The 3rd cause of death is lack of physical fitness. I had a sister came up to me one night after I finished talking. She said, Mr. Gregory, I hear what you say, but I can't walk. I got a bad leg. I said, walk better. Walk the same way you be walking when you go buy that lottery ticket. So just take your time. Take your time. I was doing a lecture the other day to some young black guys. I said, I'm 81 this year. I never smoked a reefer. I never had sex with a white woman. No, come on, y'all. Come on. My not having sex with a white woman ain't my love for a black woman. I'm scared of her. I went to movie when I was a little boy. I see Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, came out of her belly. What do I want to go up in there for? And then when I think about how dumb that white lady is. Dumb. Look, you know how dumb you got to be to let Frankenstein, he move a foot a week. How can he? You know he ain't gonna catch no sister. And Lord knows a mummy walks slower than that. Here's a damn mummy, ain't never moved his hand down. Got some old galls on him. And she can't get away? No. Somewhere. Walk and just love. I've been married 54 years because I knew a long time ago it's not about love, it's can you be lovable. I love you, baby. If I can't have you, ain't nobody gonna have you. Something sound wrong with that, don't it? Somewhere. And so I say to you tonight, thank you. Thank you for your spirit in honoring Brother Malcolm. I sued the government to make them give me Malcolm's autopsy. Why? That wasn't a federal crime. So what the hell y'all doing with the autopsy? And when I looked at the autopsy, y'all remember, old enough to remember, Malcolm was up on the stage? Yeah. Somebody threw a smoke bomb in the back, and them two guys ran up and shot Malcolm. When we get the autopsy, all the bullets in Malcolm's going down. How can I be up here and you up there, down there shooting at me? They gave them punk thugs blanks. And the shots came, and the CIA have admitted now they rented the Ottoman Ballroom 2 weeks before Malcolm got there. Okay? But they can convince people that Elijah Muhammad set it up. He, with all his brilliance, he thought the Nation of Islam was putting all that mess out. The Nation of Islam thought it was him. It was FBI agents sending them letters to both of them. Huh? This is a game. And I don't know why you black brothers are so upset about what they do. If a nigga lie to get some sex, what do you think a white boy do to control the whole planet? Huh? Huh? Michael Jackson, what a brother. I practically raised him. Everybody talking about Joe and Joe Jackson. Gary, Indiana was one of the most corrupt, vicious towns on the planet. And he raised 9 children, and none of them ever been arrested. Huh? Joe, 9. Huh? Michael said, he beat me. Should cut that nigga's money off. He didn't know you gonna be a billionaire. Don't give me no money. I bet he wouldn't hit a fly. But we follow the same pattern they tell us about money. He bought all the Beatles for $48 million. It's worth $2.9 billion now. He owns 63% of Dolly Parton. Huh? I told him, we was talking, I said, how much you own of Moon River? He said, about 70%. I said, that's enough to get you killed. Moon River? Moon River. Huh? He owns 70% of Whitney Houston. That's who Michael was. Huh? They killed him at 2 o'clock in the morning with a laser. Neverland got more oil under it than Kuwait. And they kept telling everybody, Michael broke. And Michael didn't even get the dignity to answer. And they framed him 2 trials. He came to me almost when that last trial was over. And he said, Dick, do you think I'm a pedophile? Hell, you ain't no pedophile. Now you're probably gay, but you ain't no pedophile. Michael, I want you to hear this, and we're going to get out of here. It's especially the older folks. Look at Michael doing that moonwalk. Did you see that? He studied James Brown. Y'all damn fool. Y'all love James Brown. He's a close friend of mine. But you don't like this new music. When James Brown say, shake your money maker, what you think that nigga was saying to y'all women? Huh? Huh? Your vagina is what God gave you for new life. And when he say money maker, he's saying you a hoe. But that don't bother you. Huh? If you like what you hear, then it's okay. Huh? Somewhere. And so he looked at James do them steps. He studied it for 29 years with no hatred, no meanness, and no jealousy. For 29 years he studied it, and then one day he went past it with the moonwalk. Huh? Hear me? The moonwalk. All over the world, people saying, what? I got 3- and 4-year-old grandchildren can moonwalk today better than Michael. Why? Because once you prove you can do something, everybody else picks it up. Huh? That's simple. And so it's nothing them children you looked at, they can't do. Huh? They can't do it. And when you all start understanding, huh? I told you I came out of that Baptist church. I can go all over the world tonight and recognize a hoe. No. Most of y'all, you can walk down the street and see a hoe tonight and recognize her. How? The way she walks, the way she swings her hips, the way she wears her wigs. You know that's a hoe. So I'm saying, if I can recognize a whore without her telling me she's a whore, how come if you don't tell me you're a Christian, I don't know you one? What is it about your demeanor? I don't know you about love and kindness and justice. Huh? So someone, I go to jails all over the world, and the first thing I ask them, how come there's never been an atheist on death row? What is it about people that don't believe in God don't kill folks? Huh? They don't go to jail. Y'all come out these religious houses, niggas saying, oh, Jesus. I came up singing them songs, milk and honey, when you get to heaven. Baby, when I got big enough to give me some money, I went and bought me some milk and honey. The shit don't taste good. We got to change the vibration up here. Nation of Islam, they don't do drugs, alcohol, smoke. In our house, when I was growing up, you could smoke, drink coffee, drink whiskey, as long as you didn't do no drugs. Oh, he don't drink. The #1 addiction in America. Somebody said alcohol. I don't need no help. The #1 addiction in America is gambling. Now, y'all might not know that. Anybody in here ever been addicted to gambling or married to someone addicted to gambling? There's nothing no worse. Because you come home one day, your house is sold, the money for your children to go to school, something about gambling. If I get one more hit, I'll win. You know how many people went to bed last night knowing they're going to win Powerball? Huh? I bought me a ticket. I woke up this morning, declared myself a winner. I called my wife and said, baby, we got it.